Ooh. What's going on? It's Alana Marie here on another episode of Out of the Trance. Today, I wanted to talk about work-life balance. Yeah. It's 2022. And ever since the pandemic hit, I know that a lot of people started working from home. And some liked it, some didn't. But a lot of companies started adopting working remotely ever since then, for real, because they saw the success in it, and a lot of employees were really happy. And so I kept seeing that, right? But I'm in the military. Ain't no such thing as working from home in the military unless you work admin and you're sick, something like that, right? But for the most part, you gotta be in there, like swimwear, right? But anyways, I served in the military for 8 years. If you did not know, if you're new here, I 100% served for 8 years. And my time was done. I was done. And I am not going to share that part on here. I will talk about it maybe on some other episode. But I decided to pull the plug and search for work-life balance because I didn't believe that in the long run that the military would provide me that. I wanted to make sure that I had stability, that I could stay where I wanted to stay and not have to worry about moving or working long hours, unnecessary long hours, etc. Well, when I pulled the plug, the universe presented me with an opportunity to work with Boeing, and their job for the most part right now has been remote. So I've been working with them remote, and everything about them is work-life balance. The whole company, like, work-life balance, like, it's so important to them. It's a important value of theirs, and you could see it with how the managers talk to me, and like when I'm like, hey, I got a medical appointment, like I'm working from home. For all they know, I could just disappear out of the face of the earth, and they could be like, where'd you go? You know what I mean? And they wouldn't know. But every time I would have medical appointments, I would be like, hey, I have a medical appointment for this and this and that. They're like, oh, don't worry, you don't gotta tell us, just go. Like, you're fine. If you get sick again tomorrow, let us know. I'm over here shook because the military ain't did that. No, they didn't, right? So I'm like shook, right? The amount of times they give us off, like I think they said for the holidays we get 14 days off straight. Like for the Christmas and New Year, they were like, yeah, you get 14 days off straight, and it's not out of your paid time off. I was like, what? Right? So I was like, I think this is for me. So basically, in the military, I had reached a point where I felt like, and this is not to toot my own horn, but I felt like I was officially overqualified. I finally had a bachelor's, I had an associate's, I had a lot of experience in management already and supervision with them. And I started researching what the job that I had on the civilian sector would get paid, and it was damn near double of what I was making. And now some of you might say, well, the benefits and even if you add in the benefits and do the math, the outside would still pay more. So I was like, I think this is my time. I think this is my time because nothing about it made sense to me anymore. Nothing about it sat in my heart correctly anymore. And I was like, I'm done. So I pulled the plug. I got an opportunity with Boeing, and I landed the opportunity with Boeing, and I'm so grateful. And I'm sharing this with you guys because I started working from home, and at the time I got a puppy, and I've gotten to see my puppy grow up, and it has been so special because I haven't missed a beat. But besides me, when I travel for like a few days or whatever, I've been able to see him grow up and potty train him and do all this stuff with him, and that I don't think I would have been able to do if I was working full-time, on site in the military. Now, I don't think that work-life balance entails working remote. Me working remote, I've enjoyed every single second of it. I know that it's not for a lot of people. I thought that it wouldn't be for me because I love talking to people. I love interacting with people, and I love networking. But honestly, this has been like a therapeutic thing. Like being home for the first time in 8 years for my job, say less. Like I've been able to cook my own food, or when I take breaks, be on my phone and not have somebody questioning me, why am I on my phone? Or like I said, when I get sick, I can tell them and they just be like, okay, like, and nobody's looking for me. They're just chilling and not micromanaging me. And all this stuff. All this stuff, the list goes on. If you really want to know, you can just Google Boeing and do your research. But the company very much values work-life balance. And so something that I learned is that if you want to look for a job, a career that values the things that you value, you have to ensure like you do the research and you understand that's something that's important to the company or not. Nowadays, you can literally go on Reddit and learn about a company through Reddit. That's literally what I did with Boeing. I'm like, let me just look it up. Let me just look it up and see what's up, because I need to make sure this is something for me. Because I could look at their website all day long, but they're going to say what they want to say. Right? But then I go on Reddit and I'm like, listening to what they're saying, or not listening, but reading what they're saying. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like that. Now, Boeing is a massive company. So like people's experiences are going to be different all over the world. Same with the military. It's going to be different all over the world. But my experience so far has been exquisite, right? I don't know if that's how you say the word, but I'm going to say it like that. But anyways, so another thing with work-life balance. So to me, now I feel like I'm able to go do things without feeling exhausted from work. That was the biggest thing. So I grew up watching both of my parents working really, really hard for really long hours. And every time they would come home, they're exhausted. And that became normalized. Like that was normal. Working long hours and being tired was like glorified, right? At some point. And I remember because I would tell my mom when I had just joined the military, she'd be like, why are you taking leave again? I'm like, because I can. I accumulated the days and I'm gone. Like, and she would be like, yeah, but you need to be at work working. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm still getting this paycheck. These leave days are an entitlement. So, and it was like her brain was wired. You got to work hard. You got to work hard. To earn that money, you got to work hard. Let's not confuse working hard with having good work ethic, because you can work smarter and not harder and still provide the same product, if not better. So again, work smarter, not harder. That's something that we always hear. This is not original for me. This is something that everybody knows, right? So why wouldn't I choose to work smarter and earn the same, if not more money? Right? And that's exactly what I did. I was like, I know for a fact I can find a company that will pay me more. I do less. So I'm no longer in management and supervision like I was with the military, which was hard to accept because I was like, I'm basically downgrading in terms of position, but I'm upgrading in terms of salary. So and I'm upgrading in terms of the amount of work that I'm doing has decreased, and the difficulty decreased, and the exhaustion is nowhere near, like it's non-existent. I'm never tired. I'm never like, yeah, I just finished work, I'm so tired. I don't say that anymore, and I don't really think that I will with this job, right? Because it's not taxing to my body, it's not deteriorating to my body. And that was another thing. The military was literally mentally and physically deteriorating to me. I'm only 26 years old. I had just had knee surgery last year. At 26. Knee surgery. Come on. So, and with that, it was just an injury that would not heal, because then I'm always in steel toe boots. I'm walking around like my joints hurt. My joints do not hurt the way they were hurting before. At all. Right? So I'm thinking, I just had surgery, barely recovered from the surgery. I have to go back to work. I can barely play sports comfortably. The job is mentally exhausting. Like the type of environment that I was in with micromanagers and stuff like that, it's exhausting. And so I'm thinking, I gotta get out of this. Like now. So with this new job, yeah, now I can go to the gym and get a good workout in without being like, damn, like I just had a long day at work and this workout is not going to be good because I'm tired. Like I already put out all my energy for the day at work. Thankfully, fortunately, I don't have to experience that no more. Right? What else? Just the vacation time. Not once was I bothered by my company while I was on vacation. Not once. But let me tell y'all, in the military, every time I took a leave, a break, somebody would always hit me up like, hey, this happened. Do you know what we can do? There was just no boundaries. It was almost like, oh, you want to take days off? Why? We need you here. I can't explain to y'all how many times that conversation happened. But with Boeing, they don't care. They care but about you, but they don't care to know exactly why you need to take days off. If you want to tell them, you tell them. If you don't, you don't. And this is not just Boeing. There's a lot of companies that are like this, that are starting to value work-life balance, because what's happening is people are seeing, I can make money from home doing nothing. I can create passive income doing nothing. So these companies that want employees, that need employees, have to get creative and find ways to keep people around and wanting to come to work and finding value in the job itself, because there's so much opportunity for passive income out there. There's so much opportunity for people to become entrepreneurs nowadays. The internet exists. People can get educated, and there's endless of amounts of resources out there that people can utilize to make money. So the companies have to get creative. They have to figure out ways to retain their people, ways to attract new people. And one of those ways is valuing work-life balance, because our generations now are starting to see the importance in making sure that I'm home for the holidays, making sure that I spend time with my pets, with my kids, making sure that I feel okay saying I can't come in because I don't feel good, because I'm sick. In the company the military, all of those things felt wrong. It felt wrong to go spend time with my family and not be at work. It felt wrong to take a day off, to do nothing. It felt, and ignore their phone calls, because if not, I'm not going to enjoy the day off. It felt wrong. I remember when I first twisted my ankle and I was, they gave me 24 hours of a day off. It felt wrong to do that, even though I had a twisted ankle. So now these generations and the people in my age group and even the younger ones are starting to realize how important it is to take care of your body, how important it is to spend time with your family, how important it is to value your life and find that balance between your work and your life. Ironically, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be corny here, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And there's no money in this world worth sacrificing your well-being for. At least not to me. I am not about to deteriorate my well-being, my mental health for a check. It's not happening. But what I will do is, get myself qualified enough to have opportunities to where I can land jobs that allow me to have that work-life balance. And so thankfully, this was it. This was my time. And this was a risk that I was willing to take. And it was easier to take because I don't have kids and I'm not married. But I can't even imagine if I was. I think that it would have been more difficult. But if there's one thing that I would advise you guys to do, is to follow your gut and follow your instinct. And if there's something that just doesn't feel good anymore, don't do it. Or find a way to get out of it. But don't continue to put yourself in that predicament, because all you're doing is ignoring that part of you that's trying to protect you, that's trying to take care of you. But anyways, so that's what this episode was about. I wanted to share you guys the contrast between the when I was in the military and now that I'm a civilian. And the reason I wanted to make this episode is because I just recently got out and I have a lot of people asking me questions, and I thought, well, let me just, at least I'm not going to go into details to why a lot of the other reasons why I got out, but the main one was work-life balance. And just valuing myself and what I can bring to the table. And I'm happy. This was the best decision that I could have made. I have everything that I want now in terms of peace and happiness. The job that I do doesn't make me feel like I'm going against my own values and morals. And I'm able to be in my home and be with my dog. Or even if I was working at the location, I would still have plenty of time to live my life peacefully and not exhausted and not worn out or burnt out. And what I would want for you guys, if you haven't done so already, is to start transitioning from the mindset of, in order for you to feel like you deserve your check, you must burn yourself out. I would like for you guys to transition from that to earn my check, I must work smart. I must work smart and prioritize my life and my well-being, while also prioritizing providing quality content and quality output when I do work, and maintaining a high work ethic. that's how I'm operating right now, and it's doing wonders for me. I think that it would do wonders for you guys. I have a lot of friends that are starting to see things in the same manner. But I think it takes time. I think it takes maturity. I think it takes going through shit and experiencing really ugly shit for a lot of us to have that rude awakening and being like, you know what? I value my life. I've had a lot of, not a lot, fortunately, but I've had a lot of family deaths in the last few years. And those deaths put things into perspective for me in terms of I got to live my best life in the best way possible while taking care of me and the people around me. Obviously paying my bills, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but staying authentic to myself, protecting my energy, protecting my body, my mind, everything, and ensuring that I don't lose any of that for money. That's my biggest thing. Because when you die, you can't take that money with you. But when you die, you're taking your soul, your memories, all of that stuff. And then what? And then you don't, you know what I mean? Like, let's say you didn't take care of your body. Let's say you didn't take care of your mind and your soul, and you die. Now you spent your whole life burning yourself out, wearing yourself out for a paycheck. You missed out on family. You missed out on vacation. You missed out on seeing the world for money. No, thank you. I'm good. But anyways, that's all I have on today's episode. I know I said I'm going to have guests. Just be patient with me. The people that I want to talk with are either changing schedules or not physically here. So there's a lot of arrangements going on. I have a lot going on. If you follow me on social media, my Instagram account got hacked. I think I may have said that in the beginning of this video. I don't even remember anymore. But it got hacked. So please follow me on my podcast account, TikTok, and Twitter. TikTok and Twitter, my personal ones are I am Alondra Marie. My podcast account does have its own TikTok. It's Out of the Trance Podcast. Same on YouTube. And then on Instagram, it's Out of the Trance. There is my only Instagram account at the moment. I'm not sure if I want to remake another one. I'm undecided. But go follow me on there, and you guys will like it. Also, I play football, so if you're in the Austin area, I got a game on Saturday. Come check it out. I think it's like $12 at the door, at the gate. Just come check it out. I don't know how much I'm gonna get to play because I barely go to practices, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna just take what I can get and be happy to just even be part of the team and be there, supporting one another and having each other's back. But anyways, y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to my podcast, and see y'all later. Bye.